Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFL Fantasy Fanatics video on the channel. Round 4 is in the books and it was another tough week for me yet again because we have Sam Taylor still on my side. I cannot believe I've still got him. Anyway, scored 1775. Lockout still hasn't lifted yet, which is surprising because I'm recording this after our pod from last night. But yeah, 1775, round rank of 31,520. Overall rank went up 40 spots to 18,916. So we still can't gain any ground at all. And as I said, I've still got Sam Taylor on my side. So a lot of crap, unfortunately, at the moment. But the team value, I think, will be okay. I think with some guys going up in cash, but got a few issues to still plug, which I thought I might have finally fixed. But we still have some issues. +3, -3. I'll get the +3 to Bailey Smith, captain on the VC on the Friday night, and 127 points, averaging 121.7 over the first 3 games of his Geelong career. All scores over 112. He's absolutely killing it at the moment, and he was fantastic. Look at that, 28 touches, 7 marks, 8 tackles. Absolutely fantastic. So he was very nice to get on the Friday night. -3, it has to go to my good friend Sam Taylor. Yeah, 35. No surprise he didn't score well again. I only played him on field. I thought, well, Trainer was going to be my second lowest score before Sunday. I thought, okay, well, odds are I'm not going to get too many scores below that. So worst case, I'll get ranking 69, and I'll see how it goes. Obviously didn't get there. And with Fraser stinking it up, it meant that I had ranking 69. So it cost myself about five or so points. So not the end of the world, right? But he's obviously got to go. So I've got to make that move this week. But yeah, that's a +3, -3. So we'll move on to the players. So Nasai Wagner-Miller 91 was okay against Port. Tough matchup. It was disappointing because he was on 65 at half time. So I would have thought he would have at least turned up at that point. But 91 in the end. So 26-point half. I think he had 6 points in the third quarter. So yeah, pretty disappointing in the second half. But 91 in all is not awful, right? Jaiden Short, 97, just keeps ticking along. I know a few people talking about trading him out and stuff, but I'm not even considering trading him out. He's averaging 92 for the year. He's gone pretty good. 97 against Brisbane is a decent score as well. And he's got a pretty good next 3 matchups, right? So for me, I think Jaiden Short's the least of our concerns. I think even if you've got a really good team and not like my rabble, I think he's not an issue at all, averaging 92. I think Matt Roberts is more of an issue potentially now. Riley Bice is killing it back there at the moment, and that is looking like it might be eating a little bit into Matt Roberts' points. Again, he's still been solid. He's been pretty similar to Jaiden Short in all due respect there. So they've been pretty similar. I'm still not trading though. Like 78's a lower score, right? But I think he's still got a decent role back there. I think he's fine. I'm not looking at trading out a Rat Roberts yet. He's on notice though, because it might be an issue we might have to fix in a little bit earlier than maybe what we thought. So something to watch. But yeah, Matt Roberts at the moment is safe. Tom Stewart, 108. Obviously was very good for him to bounce back after missing the week before and obviously only scoring the 9. Was pretty good. 11 marks was fantastic. Didn't get involved as much chip in the last quarter, which a lot of the other defenders went absolutely nuts for. But at least he didn't go down to heaping cash. He would have been the perfect guy if I didn't have him, to get him for a Fraser and go Taylor the bias this week. But unfortunately, I've got Tom Stewart already, so we won't be looking in that areas there. Joel Fraser, he's got to go. Like 44, like this pick's really turned quite sour. Obviously, he's made good money this year, but he started well, 103, but it's just got worse and worse and worse. Like 103, 75, 63, and then a 44. So just really disappointing the way this pick's turned out, and yeah, it's been a pretty dud pick. I know he scored well week 1, but outside of that, I think he saved his score in that first game with a big last quarter to get that 103, and outside that's been pretty poor. So I've got to try and get rid of him somehow. I don't know. Sam Taylor, yep, got to go. Simple as that. So we move on. Zach Reid obviously didn't play this week, and Trainer 74 was pretty solid. I like that score there. Jordan Dawson, 118, he's just a gun. He was on 34 points at half time, and what's that, 84 points second half. Just gets it done week after week. I know he got an 85 last week, but it was a pretty weird scoring game for a lot of them. His game time's been down to start the year. I think that might just be a bit of management to not play him. But I think in these next 2 games that you could see in the higher game time there, but just fills the stat lines, right? So just a very, very good player. So, yeah, 3 scores out of the first 4 over 115, or over 118, I should say. Very, very happy with him there. Connor Rosey, back-to-back 80s, disappointing. Obviously, the Windhager tag went to him there. But hopefully the tags aren't going to be as frequent. Obviously, he's got Hawthorn and Sydney, so that's obviously maybe Finn McGuinness and James Jordan. I still think Butters was pretty good today, so I think that it'll go to Butters instead. But obviously, that's a bit of a flag for Rosie. Obviously, good start, but back-to-back 84s is a little bit disappointing after a pretty good start there. But he was on 6 a quarter time. Was he on 6 or was it someone else? He wasn't on many points in the first quarter, but got there in the end. So Clayton Oliver, 104, just keeps ticking over these tons, which is great. The matchups for fantasy-wise do get easier. Obviously, he's got Essendon, Freo, Richmond, West Coast next month, so he should go pretty well there. And he's definitely ticking along quite nicely, so really happy with Clayton Oliver. Horn Francis, was good to see him bounce back with 125 after a pretty poor first 3 weeks, but this is a little bit of why we don't trade our premiums, because once you lock in the poor scores and the cash loss, they're more likely going to bounce back at some point and have a good score. And yeah, 125 was very, very good. It would be good if he didn't give away these free kicks, but yeah, very, very happy with him, and he makes a little bit of cash this week and could be a trade target if you didn't start with him. You get him at his bottomed out price. Nod 65 was looking good, and then obviously got the ankle injury towards the end of the third quarter and wasn't able to run out the game, but sounds like it was just a rolled ankle, so I'm hopeful that he should be fine. Levi Ashcroft, 82 was good against Richmond, obviously good matchup, but still 82, definitely take that. Christian Rice, 54. Little bit quiet, but 54 makes a whole bunch of cash, and pretty happy I got him in the end. Obviously, Lindsay didn't play along with Finn O'Sullivan. Sam Lawler, 95. That was really good to have. Didn't expect him to pop that high score. I thought his ceiling was capped at 70, but 95 was really good, and he's a guy that I'm probably going to have to. I'll probably field next week and look at fielding moving forward. Just as one of the rookies, he's pretty safe, sort of 50 to 65, 70 most weeks. So, Lawler was very, very good. Tristan Sherry, 78. It's a big issue, right? It's all these rucks are issues at the moment. They're all dropping a lot of cash. Like he didn't even, I think he only barely got to halfway to his break even. He's going to go down like 70, like maybe 60, 70K, right? It's going to be a lot. Doesn't get any easier as well with Wits this week. It opens up a little bit after that, but it's disappointing. I don't think the hamstring worried him at all. It's just the tackles. Like, look at this, like 7, 2, 4, and 3. Like he's had 9, 13, 16 tackles for the year. He had 14 tackles against West Coast in the preseason. Like, definitely not what I thought. I thought he'd be getting at least 6 or 7 tackles a week, and that floor would be that 90. But with no tackles, his floor's not there. So, hopefully he can get his tackles this week and get to an okay score. But we're not trading because there's no other rucks are doing really that much better. Like I know a few guys like Darcy Cameron do well, but you're not trading it. You're not going cherry to Darcy Cameron at this point. So, Tom the Koning, 82. Had a good first half, good first quarter as well, but was a bit quiet in the second half. Darcy Cameron got the better of him. There's obviously talks that with Pitney being fit, does he come back into the side? I think Carlton got a lot of issues, but De Koning being the number one ruck is not one of them. So I would hope that they keep that way. But it is something that we need to be keeping an eye on now. And he's got West Coast this week. Great matchup. And even if Pitney comes back, he probably could hold for a week with that matchup. Who have they got the week after? That's a good question. Just if Pitney's back. So they've got West Coast and North Melbourne. Yeah, so if Pitney does come back this week, you could hold for a week, but then you've probably got to trade the week after if that's the case. And obviously Kieran Briggs is pretty cheap, so that's your bailout option there. Boyd obviously still not playing. Jack McRae, first score under the ton this year, 84. Still got the touches, just no mark. I don't think he took a mark today, actually, if I'm not mistaken. 0 marks, only the 4 tackles, 28 touches still. So his floor is still going to be 80. Huge game time, which was very good to see. But yeah, no marks. So I think there was 2 or 3 marks he did have, but they called not 15 and they called play on. So, but yeah, 84, disappointing, but he's been very, very good to start the year, so he's fine. Rankin gave away 5 free kicks, and we all know that he should have been lining up for goal to maybe put the Crows in front. Maybe he would have put the scores level, right? So doesn't mean the Crows would have won the game. But obviously missing fantasy points there, plus 5 free kicks against. The umpires weren't a fan of him. The Gold Coast were trying to get into him throughout the game. He'll be better than 69. But if that's his floor, then fantastic. We're looking at a guy that's going to go average well into the 90s. We talked about BAILSDT before, was fantastic. Caleb Daniel, disappointing. 88 on paper looks great, but he was on 68 at half time, and 20 points second half is just not what we want from him. So disappointing from him, but 88's okay at the end, at the grand scheme of things, right? But when he was on track for well over a ton, and you don't ton up from there, a bit like Nasai, a bit disappointing in the end. Ryan Marrick, 73. 68 at 3/4 was great. Only got the 673. He was like the third or fourth highest scoring Eagle, and obviously they're not going to be a huge scoring fantasy team, right? And 73 I take. He's going to make good cash. I think I'm pretty happy with the pick, and I think Giants are one of the tougher matchups for defenders. So he'll be better. Took 8 kick-ins, which is great. If he can keep doing that, I think he can keep going at least 70 plus and make some decent cash. Davidson, 65. Did he give away like 3 free kicks in this game as well? Got a little bit unlucky with, 3 free kicks games. Got a little bit unlucky, but still 18 touches, 5 marks, pretty good. He's got the ceiling of that 120, so I still think that he's a very good option to be fielding and should be on your field. Wicks, 51, obviously on the bench along with Cornerstone and Hasty, so the cash gen for those guys has stalled, particularly Wicks. Stone, obviously not making a lot of cash, and Hasty's break-in was 17, so he's going to be sitting there. I thought he looked okay in last quarter, did a couple of nice things, whether he comes into the 22 or not, but he would be a guy I would love to trade, but unfortunately that is not the case, and probably won't be now. I'm probably stuck with him there at utility. So him over Max Hall in the preseason was just a bad call, along with a few other bad calls in this team, unfortunately. It's annoying because it's like 2 or 3 guys. If I just didn't do that, I'd be in such a better position. But unfortunately, these guys just not getting it done, unfortunately. But in terms of trades, Taylor Bice is obvious. That's the trade I'll be doing. I'll make roughly 200-ish K from that move, or maybe a little bit over that. I think Taylor will go down like maybe 15, 20 K or so. Roughly that. Him to Bice makes me a little bit. And then put that money. I was originally looking at going Wicks up to Taranto, just benching Davidson for 1 week against Brisbane. But that keeps Fraser, which sucks. So is it just better? Do I just do Taylor down to and Fraser up to a Whitfield or a Sheasel or something like that? I don't love paying up for these defenders. Do I just need to? I'm not sure. So it'll be Taylor Bice, but then it'll just be, is it Fraser up or is it Wicks up and getting a Taranto, or is it Fraser up and getting a Sheasel? That's the question I've probably got to toss up this week, unfortunately. But that's where we've got it for the week. So let me know in the comments below, guys, how you guys went in round 4. Hopefully better than what I did. Let me know your +3, -3, round rank, overall rank, and your score. And apologies, I didn't get to any questions on YouTube last week. Just a pretty busy week, so I'll get to them this week. I'll make sure I do. So if you've got any questions, put them in the comments below, and I'll answer those. If you want to get your questions still answered, we've got a Q&A tomorrow night at what is the time? Obviously, time differences have changed, so it's 7:30 Eastern and 5:30 Perth time. I'm pretty sure will be when it will be, but we'll let people know when we're live on Tuesday night. If you want to become Patreon and get your questions answered there as well, head to patreon.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics. You get all your exclusive Q&As there as well. Answer all the questions in there, and you get the Ask Me on Q service for free. But if you'd like to also use that, that's in the description as well. Both links are in the description there. The Patreon Q&A, I think, will be probably on a Wednesday afternoon or something like that this week. We'd gather around this week. So, cool. Beautiful. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. As always, make sure you do smash a like on the video and subscribe to our channel. I think we're 400 subscribers or just less away from 4K. So if you can subscribe and help us reach 4,000, that'd be fantastic. And, as I said, back tomorrow for a Q&A, Wednesday for Trade Talk, and then Thursday Captains. So, thanks, guys, for tuning in. I'll catch you guys in the next video. So, thanks, everyone. See ya.